Hello, noble ones. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking. And if we open, for whatever the heck reason, X right now, and then we look for like Father's Day posts, because, we just had Father's Day. It was my first Father's Day. It was wonderful. I called my dad. We said Happy Father's Day to each other. Same to you. First time you too. I can say you too. This is a wholesome thing, isn't it? According to some people, absolutely not. Shame. Shame on us. Shameful. Why? Well, because after this, we see this. Breaking. It's time to abolish Father's Day in Canada. Man, we just did the one about Canadian government trying to abolish the Bible, and now this. For more than a century, this made-up celebration. They would never say made-up celebration for Mother's Day, though. Or Pride Month, would they? They're full of shit. And you need me to breathe some fresh air. Reason, logics, just common sense. Because these days, it's uncommon, the sense. Check this out. For more than a century, this made-up celebration has burdened children of the world. Does this look burdened to you? I don't even know who this guy is. Burdened children. Oh, nothing worse than honoring your mother and father, am I right? You know exactly what they're doing. Seems the liberal want to erase men and their importance. Men and their families are no longer relevant today. So what we've got here, it's from the Toronto Star, which apparently it's a very politically driven publication. Opinion. A modest proposal. There is nothing modest about this. Like, it doesn't matter that you call it modest. Like, could you imagine? But this is as stupid as saying, hey, let's do a Führer celebration of the Third Reich Day, but hey, it's a modest proposal. So, modest proposal. Why? It's time to abolish Father's Day. Unbelievable, guys. But yeah, it's all over the place. Modest opinion. Wow, look at that sock. Amazing. So yeah, I mean, if we look for this, of course, a lot of people are talking about, apart from the actual Toronto Star, but you got to pay them to read it, and I'm not giving them a dollar. So a modern proposal, whether on Facebook, X, Wikipedia, but that's a different one, unrelated. But anyways, here is it's a mini thing we're going to read, just to have an idea. Toronto Star says Canada should abolish Father's Day. It's time to abolish Father's Day, writes columnist Vaina Menon. For more than a century, they're made up. Yeah, okay. So Toronto Star published a column Thursday calling for Father's Day to be scrapped, arguing that made-up celebration has certain burdened children throughout the world. In 2025, a similar column called upon Canadians to thank mothers on Father's Day. Oh, wait, what? No, I need to click this one. Wait, what? On Father's Day, they said, it's crucial to recognize the importance of mothers. Well, of course, readers added context, we do. It's called Mother's Day. I freaking love you. If there is one thing, guys, that I absolutely love, that brings happiness and joy into my life, is the readers added context. I freaking love it. Because what? I thought it was made up. So basically, let me explain it to you. That one didn't work. Okay, so they're trying it. This one didn't work. You need to be grateful to mothers during Father's Day. No, I need to be grateful to fathers during Father's Day and to mothers during Mother's Day. But then again, do keep in mind that this is the same type of administrations and people that push for, oh, and by the way, you shouldn't say father and mother. You should say birthing or gestating parent and non-gestating parent. And don't you dare say female is menstruating individual. So this is the same people. It's all about havoc, confusion, and the destruction of the nuclear family. This is what this is. This is a different attempt. They try to attack it, because they're looking for a weak link. They'll never find one here, though. I'm going to stand against this nonsense. But that's what they're doing. They're looking for a weak link. And what if we stop calling it mother then? It's not mother, it's just dating parent. That didn't work? Okay. Now, what about we need to thank mothers during Father's Day? No, that doesn't work. Okay. Well, what about we abolish it together because it's made up? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyways, change.org. Cancel Father's Day, promote all-inclusive Parents' Day. So they want to call it all-inclusive. Did you notice that apart from the absolute nonsensical, this is not a matter of inclusion, it's a matter of hatred for anything traditional, Christian, Western. That's what it is. It's based on hatred. It's not for a single second. First thing I'm going to say. Second thing, take that freaking flag off the hands of that child. Third thing, the reality of all of this is that Did you notice that every time they try to push for new, evolved, inclusive language, it always pushes a single word, not always, but often it takes one word and splits it into three? Like, that's not how language organically develops throughout the centuries. Generally speaking, we tend to make things shorter and more optimized. Okay, if you look at actual language evolution, with some exceptions. Now, what they do is, you can't say foreigner, you need to say international people. You can't, I didn't make that one up. It's from the, once again, University of Waterloo in Canada. These are the guidelines for when you write your thesis and academic papers. Of course, BCEC. You will not ever find me dead using that. BCAD all the time. Anno Domini Nostri Jesu Christi. I'll say it in Latin. The whole thing. Year of our Lord. In the year of our Lord, 2026. That's how I'm going to say it from now on. I'm going to move from AD to the full sentence. Latin and English. Sue me. Anyways, do you know what they say? They said in Canada now, they think that it's not right to just call them minority, like minority rights. No, you need to say equity deserving groups. That's 3 words. It's 3 words. It's the anti-trinity at this point. But before we continue, let's have a word from today's sponsor. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their platforms could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of up to $1,000. Let's see the issue. Let's see what the issue is. A Father's Day resistance movement is brewing out on social media. Man, people really don't have anything to do. Just get a job, find a girl, and get married. It's not, and be happy. It's not new, but I've been watching it grow on my social feeds more this year than ever. In the past few days, I don't even want to look. I don't even want to imagine what this person's feed looks like. Anyways, in the past few days, some men have noted that our yearly Father's Fest serves only to remind them they have no children. Yeah, because it's for parents. What? We have 365 days in a year. And you're offended if you don't have what? Others, male and female. Ooh, wait, you're using prehistoric language here. Are you out of your mind? Have remarked that the hoopla serves only to trigger memories of fathers they never knew, who abuse words or abandon them, who have died. Right. But how is All-Inclusive Parents Day gonna solve that? Because it's still your parent who has died. So it's still gonna remind me. These are all excuses. These are excuses. They just want to destabilize the core of the family in the West. Also, I'm going to say it. And this is what I just said applies to everyone. The next sentence I'm going to say only works with fellow Christians. So if you're not a Christian, please block your ears for 15 seconds. Thank you. I'm just going to say it. This is specifically to go against God and his plan of salvation for mankind. That's what it is. This is what it is. Because God is our heavenly Father. And they hate that. So they want to make the word Father problematic. It's the devil. Open quotes, close quotes. Anyways, many within the LGBTQ plus community have expressed a distaste Father's Day serves, promoting toxic masculinity. Yeah, because that's toxic, right? Being a father, a caring father, in fact, because, I mean, if you're celebrating Father's Day, it means you have a good relationship with your dad, or with your father, or at least a medium, like maybe there's a little love-hate, whatever it is, but you're still in contact, you want to be okay with it, be like, you know what, let's set aside our problems, and I'm still going to call you and be like, Dad, happy Father's Day, you know, that kind of situation. Honor your mother and father. This is the antithesis to that. And the reality is that it's even false, because it's not true that many within the LGBTQ plus. No, it's the insane activists within that community, because I know people in this community, and if I tell them, hey, do you hate Father's Day? They'll be like, no, I don't care. Promoting toxic masculinity, a good reason to end Father's Day. It's a gendered holiday. Oh no, gendered, just like the vocabulary you used here 3 sentences before, which is male and female. That's not gendered? Oh no, because to them that's sex, not gender, because now gender is a social construct. There are 72 of them. It's a gendered holiday which promotes choosing violent and sexist vocabulary. This is why the other day, if you remember, I made in my response video to Lady of the Library, there was a whole section. And again, she's a lovely lady, but unfortunately, she's not as extreme as these idiots, but she also allowed them to brainwash her, which is a shame. What do I mean by that? Because she used the same expression. She said it's words of violence. If you misgender someone, even if they're dead, because we were talking about people in ancient Rome, and she's like, but you misgender, words can be violence. Words are not violence. And this is what happens, if you give them this little bit, the activists, they will do this. Well, the word father, happy Father's Day, is violence. These are lies. Sexist vocabulary, your mother. And singling out those who don't have fathers or identify. My mom is dead. Okay, she died of cancer. Cancer claimed her within a space of 3 months. Mother's Day is a beautiful way for me to sit down and remember her. So if you think that it's sexist, violent, it's a you problem. It's a you problem, and we don't have to change what the majority thinks or does because of a loud, insufferable minority, right? That's not what democracy is. Democracy is the rule of the masses. See. All right, let me stop the recording. It's a gendered holiday which promotes choosing violent and sexist vocabulary and singling out those who don't have fathers or identify as male or as a father. Oh gosh, let me read it again. A good reason to #end Father's Day. It's gendered holiday which promotes choosing violent and sexist vocabulary and singling out those who don't have fathers or identify as male or as a father. You can't identify as... Well, look, no, wait, actually. I'm going to use your own lack of logics against you. Your nonsense, your cultist nonsensical doctrine. If someone can identify as a father, then what's the big fucking deal? No, I mean it. Great. If you believe someone can identify as a father, then everyone can join into this made up anyways, in your own words, celebratory thing. You could just identify. Identify one, right? Identify. So if you're a woman, you can identify as a male father. Boom, problem solved. So we don't even have to be like, oh, but we have to remember mothers. Why? Why do I have to remember? How do I know you're a mother? How do I know you're not an actual... You identify as a male? Is it... How do I know that? How do I know it? How do I know it? So, problem solved. All the violence, it's solved. Just identify as a father. Identify as someone who hasn't lost a father. So, boom, problem solved. Although I'm a dad, oh gosh, I don't even want to think the kind of education, the poor child. I think it's time to put an end to Father's Day. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You know why I say that? You know why? 44 signatures. You have done such an awful job, whoever you are, at writing this, and nobody, not even people on your political side, want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They're like, oh, this guy's full of shit. They're leaving. Once my little girl... you're gonna have to meaning a biological male who identifies as a girl at this point. No, wait, little girl doesn't have to be. Maybe he has a son in their 40s who identifies as a little girl at this point. Because what do you know with someone like this? Started nursery school. She presented us with felt pumpkins, turkey lookalikes, and pipe cleaner hearts, something for every non-religious holiday. And I joyfully hung them all on the... You see, this... Okay, so this is heartwarming, right? So it should have been just this. Ditch everything else. Stop the nonsense. Instead of making toxic, hateful content, why didn't you write wholesome personal experiences articles? That would have been much better catch. But when Mother's Day rolled around, I panicked. My child has many different mothers. What? A grandmother, 2 grandmothers, godmother, 2 grandmothers, a birth mother, but no mum because she has 2 dads. I don't know if I can keep it. I don't know if I can keep reading it, guys. This is. You know what? It looks like this is parody. It looks like it's been written like this on purpose. That's what it looks like. A week before the May Mummy celebration, me and my partner were approached by the preschool director. She suggested a plan. Oh yeah, because the school is in on it. We were thinking you could receive the tissue flowers. Your partner would get the baseball collage on Father's Day. I frowned. So not only they were trying to play one with your bullshit, but you're even offended by it. So what's the fucking point? For all the mothering I do, being labeled the matriarch was an inelegant solution. I'm sorry? Yeah, because people like this will get offended no matter what. And it didn't work. My confused daughter, I go, oh, yeah, finally we got it to the, I believe 100% wholeheartedly that poor little girl is very confused with a father like this, clown, whatever you want to call it. Is this even... left her handmade papery carnation on the kitchen counter, uncertain of the rightful owner. Of course, I know we aren't alone in this conundrum. Recent census data indicates only 19% of homes are composed of traditional moms, dads, and kids. More than 11 million residences with kids are headed by a single person or a same-sex couple. These families, too, have to be fumbling through one of the parents' holidays. There is an alternative, the all-inclusive Parents' Day. It's not an alternative. It's not an alternative because we know exactly what you're doing. You are bringing confusion, chaos, and havoc. You're disrupting everything that is normal. And we don't want to play with this nonsense anymore. We don't want to play along. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Also, because don't for a second think that I am the bigot or intolerant bigot and he is the tolerant, open-minded person. Absolutely not. He would want me shot like, I don't know that 100%, but he would hate me and you and everyone else who is a breeder, how they call straight people now. I don't know if you knew that one. These are the most intolerant people of all, by the way. Oh my God. Wait. As a son, I'll have to remember a new date and send 2 remembrances. Flower to my mom, socks. Okay. Letting go gender and holidays could be the easiest act, not for me, but every parent and child. Oh, you're so... Wow, this is... I just can't stop. Won't you sign? Absolutely not. You won't find me dead signing this kind of shit. If we want to sincerely adopt an all-inclusive Pride Month to its fullest potential, we need to heal those wounds. And they make it sound like they are, oh, it's such an empathetic people. It's a cover-up, it's a mask. These are some of the most intolerant people on the planet. They are cultists. They decide what reality is going to be, how they want to live their lives, and then they want you to live accordingly. They put words in your mouth. They decide what vocabulary is appropriate. They want to change national holidays. As to it's not that someone like this just wants that. They would just want to live their lives on their own. They don't hurt anyone. Absolutely not. They want to control everything you and I do. Not in a million years. Absolutely not. I'm so glad this is failing. I'm so glad this is failing. Fail. This is what it needs to fail. And once again, take those LGBTQ flags off the hands of this innocent child before they end up mutilating her. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.